The New York Knicks are streaking. The team has won 5 consecutive games, 8 out of their last 10 after a Saturday win over the Pelicans. They are now in striking distance of 5th place in the Eastern Conference. Joining me to talk some Knicks hoops is the one and only, the host of Knicks Fan TV, that is CP, the Fanchise. CP, how you doing, man?
Great, Dexter. Always good to be on with you, man.
Good. I like being able to talk to you when the Knicks are streaking. Sometimes they've been down. Now we're getting to talk when they've been playing really good. And they've been playing quite well lately, CP. What do you like that you're seeing from this team during this winning streak?
There's a lot to like, Dexter. 5-game winning streak. The Knicks are now 8 games over 500. One of the best records on the road as well. And now they're a couple games above 500 at home. And it's their 2 stars, Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, leading the way. Julius Randle continues to be hot in the first quarter. And I think that sets a good tone for the rest of the team as they rally behind their stars. But not only that, this Knicks team, Dexter, over the last 5 games, they've led the NBA in net rating. They're scoring a scorching 123 points per game, so their offense is on an uptick, and their bench has been great. Josh Hart acquisition, they are now 5-0 since Josh Hart has been on the team. Emmanuel Quickley has been great off the bench. You're getting great hustle plays and rebounding from Isaiah Hartenstein. Now Mitchell Robinson is coming back into the fold healthy, and R.J. Barrett with a solid game last night as a playmaker. The Knicks are getting contributions from just about everyone in this rotation.
You mentioned Emmanuel Quickley, who continues to ball out here, CP. Do you think IQ should be getting some love for 6th Man of the Year?
No question about it. Listen, Malcolm Brogdon of the Celtics has been great this year, but Emmanuel Quickley needs to be in that conversation because he's been a great two-way player for the Knicks. I've said on SNY several times, and Emmanuel Quickley has been the quarterback of this Knicks defense. He's barking out the calls. He's anticipating plays, getting his guys in order. But not only that, Dexter, his shooting has improved as well. Over his last 10 games, Emmanuel Quickley shooting 46% from the field and almost 40% from 3. His floater has vastly improved from last year. That was his calling card on the offensive end. And so he's continuing to shoot the ball efficiently. On the defensive end, the Knicks are 11.7 points per 100 possessions better when Emmanuel Quickley's on the floor. They are a stingy defense when Emmanuel Quickley's on the floor. So he's getting it done on both ends, and his name deserves to be in consideration for 6th Man of the Year.
Absolutely. Emmanuel Quickley has developed into a pretty nice two-way player for the Knickerbockers. Now, CP, the next 4 games, they're against Eastern Conference opponents who made the playoffs last year, and they're in the thick of the current playoff race. Games against the Heat and Nets this week, sandwiched around 2 games against the Celtics. So what will we learn about the Knickerbockers during this 4-game stretch?
Multiple things. This is a big week for the Knicks and a big test. When you look at the Miami Heat, the Knicks have there's 4 games against the Miami Heat. They've already won 1. You're going to look to they should look to win the season series against the Miami Heat. They are continuing to separate themselves from the Heat, now up 2.5 games on the Heat for that 6th spot in the East. And so you want to go out there and try to win those season series, and they have a big test in Miami this week against the Nets. The Knicks have a chance to catch the Nets for that 5th spot. And, you know, this is going to be the last game of the season series against the Nets. The Knicks have a chance to tie that season series. That will be important in the event that tiebreakers come up at the end of this season. So that's another important game against the Brooklyn Nets at home at Madison Square Garden. And then, look, 2 games against the Celtics team, the best team in the East. That is a litmus test for the Knicks. How well do they match up against some of the East best? And the Celtics continue to play hot. They just had a great game from Jason Tatum, buzzer beater against the 76ers. They have Marcus Smart back, so we'll see how that impacts the Celtics defense. And as I mentioned before, Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White, those guys are playing well off of the Celtics bench. So that is going to be a litmus test for the Knicks to play on the road and at home against this Boston team to see where they are.
All right, we will see where the Knicks are right now. 5 games in a row playing really good basketball, as you heard from CP, one of the hosts of Knicks Fan TV, always bringing you the great insight and the pulse of Knicks Nation. CP, always good to talk to you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Dexter, anytime. Talk to you soon.